Hello and welcome to the Man Cave here at Wistful Vistas in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. I'm joined by Harrison. I've had his motorcycle in the garage here for a while, and we just got the brakes, rear brake pedal back on, had broken, and Harrison had an off on it, and we're going to talk to him today about the nature of what happened, how he did go down, because I think it's educational for other people to hear. And then the fact that he was actually wearing a Dainese Safety Jacket at the time of the crash. So Harrison, give us the circumstances of how you were going and what time, that sort of thing.
Sure. So I was just getting off work at this climbing gym that I work at in San Marcos. Just like normal. Something to note, I was kind of feeling myself as I was leaving. I was thinking maybe I'm gonna.
What time?
It was about 10:30 p.m.
10:30. So dark.
It's pretty dark. Very dark. I'm feeling good. I'm like, all right, let's get home.
Beautiful evening. I'm going to take a spirited ride on my great motorcycle.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
So the way I get home is the same path every time, of course. I come up to the freeway to merge onto the freeway, the 78 East. The way you get onto this freeway is you make a left turn at a light and then a right turn onto the freeway on the on-ramp. Okay. All right?
Yeah.
So I'm coming in to the light. There's no one there. There's never anyone there at 10:30. Right. So I just go straight through the light to get a kind of better angle on this turn. Right. And I don't have to stop at the light and slow down. Right. And so I come into the left turn, get that done cleanly, and then I come into the right turn onto the on-ramp on the freeway. Probably a little hot, probably about 40 miles an hour around. Probably 10 miles an hour faster than usual. And as I'm making the right turn on the on-ramp, I lose traction to the rear wheel, and the bike slides and I slide, and then I start rolling. And then I got up, inspected the bike, got back on it, and rode it the rest of the way home, which is, not the smartest idea, but...
Well, it's 10:30 at night, nobody around.
Yeah.
Did anybody stop to offer help?
No, not quite. There was one person who drove past right after I had crashed. I was walking to the bike to look at it, and they had
just kept going.
Merged onto the freeway. Yeah.
Thank you, fellow citizens.
Yes.
So the jacket deployed. When did you feel that the jacket had actually deployed?
Yeah. So I didn't actually notice the jacket had deployed until I was on my way back home. Because
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was completely. I wouldn't say it wasn't unnoticeable. It was just. Excuse me.
Sorry, Harrison's kind of cold here.
It had just the combination of all the adrenaline going. Right. I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
And in fact, this was the first time I actually had worn the jacket ever.
No kidding.
Yes. Believe it or not.
What timing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I rode it there and it was good, and then riding it home, that's when the crash happened.
Do you have a sense that the jacket prevented anything worse happening to you? Do you think that it helped?
After inspecting so I was wearing a hoodie over the jacket.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. And just the hoodie, unfortunately. But, and very luckily, I only got, a smidge of road rash on the arm. But anyway, I was inspecting the hoodie and seeing where all the damage was, basically where the hoodie had hit the ground.
Yeah.
And there were a good couple spots where it had connected with the ground that my body would have connected with the ground.
Okay.
I do know that my hips were very sore the next day.
Yeah.
And for a few days after, they're pretty bruised.
Yeah.
It was like bouncing on my hips.
Yeah.
Right around here, there was some damage on the hoodie.
Yeah.
And I know, the vest goes like here and then over the traps and then full back.
Right.
And then I had the backpack on, of course. I had this 55-liter backpack on that was probably had about 20 pounds of stuff inside of it.
Okay.
Which was surprisingly completely undamaged.
So where were your hurts? where were the marks on you?
My marks were on my body, here, and the hips.
Okay.
And I think I bumped my knee just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Very, very minor.
So it's my experience, I've been through a few motorcycle falls and also car crashes in my life. My experience is it's not till like 24 hours later that the pain, that it really starts to dawn on you that you hurt yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the case. Definitely the bruised parts. I mean, the road rash was immediate on my arm. It was very, very minor, luckily, but that was the most immediately noticeable effect. And then the next day, my hips were like very, very sore.
Yeah.
Very, very sore.
So you mentioned you think some water might have been on the road there that you wouldn't see at night.
Yeah.
You went back the next day.
I went back the same night.
Oh, you went back the same night?
Yeah, I drove back because I was like, I want to see what happened.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that I crashed was a combination of a lot of things. Mostly, of course, me riding above my skill level. I think that was the main factor. And I think that's the main factor for a lot of crashes, crashes. Yeah.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, that contributing, that along with...
maybe some lesser traction.
Yes, lower traction conditions on the road, right? So there was a wet spot on the road, probably 12 feet wide. I was riding in the middle of the road as well, so that was, you know, mingled with kind of the car oils.
Yeah.
All of that kind of, you know, added up to me losing traction in that one spot.
So you know, at night, actually in California we're relatively dry, but still here at night, the moisture level in the air goes up, and it can draw some oils and things out of the pavement that you don't see otherwise. And then the water on top. Was your impact when you went down? Was it sort of a delayed sort of impact, or was it a bang type impact to your body? You feel, or can you recall?
It was definitely it was like very gentle. It was like I'm in the turn, you know, well within the lean angle of the bike. Like I definitely didn't like fall over. Like I just, So I lost it, and then I'm off the bike. The bike's sliding away from me much faster than myself, of course. And then I see the bike going, and I don't really feel anything right now.
Yeah.
I just know that I'm off the bike and I'm on the ground, and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And then I was kind of sliding for a little bit. I didn't really notice the slide very much at all. I did notice when I started rolling, because I just started, my vision started.
Yeah. So you're rolling on your torso kind of like that.
Yeah, sideways, just, you know, I come down on my right side, and I start rolling over the left that way.
And then you told me you did something I thought was really smart with your hands when you were going through that tumbling.
Yeah, I kind of realized, oh, we're doing rolling now, and I just kind of put my hands right here, so. Yeah. Just because that's just what I had seen in, you know, motorcycle crash videos.
Right, yeah. You watch MotoGP.
MotoGP,
what they do is they get their arms extremities in because you don't want them flailing around at speed. So they get their extremities in typically. Yeah. And those guys are good enough. I think they can also, they've been through it so often that they can also position. So those MotoGP guys are good enough. I think they can maybe stop a tumble and roll it out on their backs. I don't know. They've got more experience. I mean, typical street rider, we only want to crash once. Those guys
Right.
might go once a weekend. So it's sort of interesting to me, circling back to the Dainese Safety Jacket. It deployed, and they talk about how quickly it deploys in milliseconds and how many times it's taken a measurement. But in the midst of it, it came on, and it was a gentle enough fall. So I think, my opinion, just listening to you, I think number one, the fact that it deployed is a good thing, because I think of it as coming into play when you smack,
Yeah.
as opposed to slide down. So I think that's a good thing. I think the other thing that you mentioned with the hoodie, and we know the safety jacket is really a vest, right?
Yeah, it's a vest, yeah.
Your arms are out there,
They're exposed, yeah.
so you got a little road rash on your arm, so lesson learned.
Yeah, right.
Try to protect those forearms. Well, it's really interesting. I appreciate you sharing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And please give us comments or questions that you have down below. We want this to be a learning experience for everyone. We're lucky that Harrison here didn't do anything.
Right.
Too bad. The motorcycle we're working on to fix. We got some parts issues coming back and forth, but it's actually rideable right now. Well, sorry, we took the front brake lever off, so it ain't rideable, but it will be. We go soon, and we'll come back and have a chance to talk to Harrison before all is said and done. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And good luck and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
This video on New Year's Eve. Bye for now.